Enti Zdenek Zeman no coach Pescara.
Some passports.
Zeman e coach Pescara. E de qualify from Serie B. E de ba Serie A. Na sa Zeman team no, the key man in that team is our Italian midfielder now. No about PSG 46. Na come friend.
Verratti.
Marco Verratti. Enti Juventus epe Verratti. Milan epe Verratti. Inter epe Verratti. Zdenek Zeman ni obi ama. We are seeing who said Verratti is the future of Italian football. Obos yabi no amo se a ni bida. Right from there, and Leonardo didn't call it. Enkoda. Huracan ewo Argentina. Eho enana Javier Pastore. Ewo Javier Pastore. If you Huracan eba Palermo. Sicily. Ebe si akan mo bi agini tum. Pastore ewo Palermo no. No ne Cavani ne ewo. Cavani efi Palermo eko Napoli from the south. No confusing kakra. Then Pastore in 2011 for 39.8 million euros moved from Palermo eko PSG. Leonardo Ninsano Jumano. The year is very significant here, 2011. The next summer, 2012, I know call Napoli. Okoyeno. Okofa Ezekiel El Pocho Lavezzi for 30 million euros. I mean, find and I come here. Lavezzi, a free Napoli at the call. Then Lavezzi, a free Okoyeno. That season, my friend a couple cannoneer and I said the top scorer in Italian Serie A became Edinson El Matador Cavani. In 2011, El Flaco Pastore. Number 2012, El Pocho Lavezzi. Then 2013, the top scorer in the Serie A moved for 64 million euros. Enti obi beka say Aurelio De Laurentiis enye bredi kani a owa attacker bia PSG ni gino. They've done business with them.
Sports.
Omo ne Palermo ye baby a na me hu. Oye baby a omo didili ache. PSG baya befa Salvatore Sirigu goalkeeper. Enti they really went into the Italian market with Leonardo. So to the present, Kwarashkelia no, send your kind. Ubetimi na agree bibia. But Aurelio De Laurentiis, who is a troublemaker,
difficult and negotiator.
On his Zamparini na no Palermo. Ubetimi share adwuma ni na no abeka cho say he does not agree with the structure of the payment. And if you know, yaja tum 70 million, but me there 70 million no. Mempe. Na meji 70 million in the mum. This year to 35. Next year to 20. Na for 15 na can so. Fancy a hona problem ni na eshe. They have an owner who understands the market. Nansenya na French reporters ni brief here say PSG could potentially get Kvaratskhelia for less than the 80 million euros. And they are better as for fancy. Where ya wo kan ma megidi say Chelsea ni Liverpool o ma ball mu din no. Omo titichi. And I say, he is using a non-existent offer that is not forthcoming from Chelsea and Liverpool to drive up the price. Why not? Play away or G League. Play away kana semi or MVP. It's just like Cavani left as the top scorer in the league, he is also leaving as a former MVP. And when you do this, you've got to get the big money for the player. And it's in January. Napoli are playing in Europe. And I say Liverpool and Chelsea are family almost on open. And I say Laurentiis say Einstein article na ba no say kai me didi PSG mbutua. Name PSG nim Laurentiis because of
some passports.
And Cavani omo joining. Fancy number 2. Yesterday was a festival of Spanish football.
Yeah.
More heard DSTV no. no more advert before the Spanish La Liga. Now Asian boy a crack to be ticket more than the mommy. Now we say how was Spain. Now all kind of football. It is not just football. It is La Liga. Wow, you advert ni be share biano. Look at the concept behind it. They went to the Far East to sell their football to the world, and then to the global Middle East market. Fancy. This game is the biggest club game in the world. You can't deny it.
That's right.
It is the most attractive. Play be a PBA. You know, the Omokoye or Hono, na yefe, ne swini. And now fans, the Munsa Bilbao fans, no, and support Barcelona. Yeah, Chimu for obvious reasons.
Yes.
Omunini rebels.
Some passports.
I'm not overly perturbed about the numbers of the front three. Me and Kasaya Minfa and time judge front three be. They made the judge of Mopa fancy. Or Katana ni Obona Salana. Man, or Katana ni Obona Femi. Ubetimi akwachire no akohwe Tevez Rooney and Ronaldo chemistry. Ubetimi akwachire no akohwe ni two Henry and Perez chemistry. Fancy ubetimi akwachire MNS super chemistry. So what I say, I will be brave. Akwa dem couple be twa me far happy with path never too many. Enjoy the chemistry between the three people. Rafinha wasn't a bad player. Don't be deceived. If we start running over ball leads, into what you say, no, yeah. On young Kananka Chelsea and agree. He's a good player. Virtually everybody in the Premier League wanted him. Ankoda. Lamine Yamal is young, but from the debut, any European championship, you can clearly see the sky is literally the starting point for the young kid. And then Lewandowski has seen it all. Only Mario Götze a boy. Only Marco Rios a boy. Only Shinji Kagawa a boy. So he's not new to this. Not called by Munich in this way. Fancy. Not new to these things. Chemistry between these three. Efe. Eyamuka. Inti entechi. Me the master Korea or Turkey. Now Turkey interview no. Ya patch out. For the F words and the D, yeah, in Bianca can and so before Cousinia before baby. And so 2025, now the punishment never shall say, and yet, anyway, patrol. Case number one, and then modern day football fans, Mope, stylish, petty support, and yet, Munjai. Clear stand. We are this. Legit, he's him. This guy is why him. Now listen to this carefully. For the period Ten Hag spent in Manchester United, he was far more successful than Arteta. In the 5 years now, we do all.
Yes.
Unless you don't want to be truthful to yourself first and foremost.
Ten Hag, they said just a little over 2 seasons.
May say he was successful. The currency for measuring success in football and sports, trophies, silverware. You get the point? Silverware. You've got to be successful. 2, or the Arsenal are buying Premier League, you know. Arsenal and Chelsea, only single-digit league title. Arsenal are 13-time champions of England. They are the only club to have played the Premier League as an invincible, unbeaten. And take your summer, what can I say? Then, and David Dean statue, any mural, any portrait, and na Nicolas Jova, so a set piece coach. And a high person on your man. Obia de Kakrebi, near Sonia. You look, there are some clubs you could do that. Isaac, he will never overshadow Alan Shearer. You can't. You can't. Now, let's take a good look. I remember the game, but let's look at the politics around the club. Fancy. When you spend big money on a player, the first thing you expect is the player to be a transformational player for you.
Yeah. ASAP.
The player should transform. Omra, non for bibi meka ho. unless all your Manchester Sports. You can afford to spend. Say Jagilish nyade now they do Kwaba. Arsenal committee sika say to rise. It's expected to increase their success rate. League normal bang 6 points. Nottingham Forest, Liverpool, China. They are 3 points off the top. They are closer to Liverpool than Arsenal. All things considered. This is Arsenal shut Tottenham. 2. Arsenal are out of the FA Cup. Team Man U tell you free FA Cup. I had a friend telling me it's a match where it's 99. You best show. And then Omako show. Omako Arsenal team. Arsenal are out of the FA Cup. They are on the brink of exiting the Carabao Cup. Arsenal would have to win the Premier League and or the Champions League in order not to go trophyless. Year January, Liverpool struggle against Manchester United. And on board draw. And on Lusu or Tottenham in the Carabao Cup. And on bounce back against League 2 side, Accrington Stanley. Fancy me be South. Arsenal, are they in a blip? Because Liverpool were expected to be in the blip. So Omatiko Kakra. But Arsenal ain't winning a match this year. And they are out of the FA Cup and on the brink in the Carabao Cup.
No class home film.
They be say I show me too. They be on Mokako Newcastle. But me say Jesus Suekopra.
Yes, I'm beside coach and say Onya number 9 now or senior hokra. Na individual performances need be chances be no more say. Mikel Arteta and Peso Bejatum say Arsenal a striker Bishop.
The issue is Mikel Arteta. Was it then to be arrogant to a certain stage? Would demand and or react to say the Pep Guardiola moye. Because Guardiola can decide, say, me to striker. If Guardiola decides not to buy a striker, I will tell you for a fact. So Obenyo will be or the Barbeshen.
That's why he be that.
Why you be that? So what I say, Jurgen Klopp about Liverpool first. Look, Jurgen Klopp and tore an out number 9. Say Abia target man or the Roberto Firmino ne buy. You be season Roberto Firmino I share how many goals in the amount. Where Arsenal is coming from, any ammonia man or my maybe you 2 years say fancy coach Bia or 3 years to convince you as in say project no a drew stage I am mature don't beat me the trophies. A year 3 seasons. By 3 seasons, the project needs to mean the trophy Bia. I'm telling you, say them project no as I restarted. I almost say for from. Believe you me, this Arsenal team will undergo another massive change to get back to where they used to be 2 seasons ago. They are not dominant in possession nowadays. Omun create enough chances nowadays. And no money more so no cutting edge in any. And no Arsenal fan back say more to left back, Calafiori, no matter Zinchenko, no matter way the number and Gabriel Jesus can have it. Me no Arteta say ma can the amount of money Arsenal spending under Mikel Arteta. Say then this is no difference between Arsenal and Arsene Wenger. And what you are seeing with Mikel Arteta in the
so under Arsene Wenger was better than this.
The latter days of even Arsene Wenger.
You are winning stuff for them.
And the latter days of even Arsene Wenger. And the results are not coming. And now Reho, fancy, what the Arteta Arsene in this particular game. When your time I'm betting on my baby 2 and 3 ebe for her and 7 and 11 be for baby. But where a bedrock standard for Manchester United in the future? In terms of Nyoma Mienu. 1, player character.
Fantastic.
2, another unity.
Fantastic.
Player character and conform you know the embodiment of it. Hey, Harry Maguire. Harry Maguire. I'll take by in there. Harry Maguire. Any I'll take by in there. These 2 players are the bedrock of player mentality. Any standard or Manchester United. It is not Bruno Fernandes.
Because my goalkeeper na crano. Service and lobo game be anamo dinner them.
Oh yes.
Yeah, it's a Jumana
against Tottenham Hotspur.
Yeah, a Jumana coach na ye wono.
Ye kobo corner.
Yeah.
Okoyi boy se son abokona na boy akofa ne nsase na edeko. This is a goalkeeper who is a game no kwampo onya a horror tournament at the Euros. Odem ma attacking the first game no. Ye bobo na nam ne nsase se na afa ne to na akwakoto net mu.
Well, taking number 1 so.
Free hawk no one number 1 DM. And farmer take. Now he comes ball no so ni nu kwan so koso sa. A world class penalty save. Odegaard.
And Odegaard,
He picked the right spot.
Yeah, African was saying a penalty. He
He picked the right spot. But safe. We are no free on ma. You better penalty shootout. Even before the penalty shootout, where Declan Rice header no. Come fast we ye. And na Declan Rice asu nya ball bi bo twam opo nanim. Or the nsa te ball ne kakra bi. Then shedi we o attack Kai Havertz. Chance na Kai Havertz bo fast ro no. Football confidence bibia. I think sir we will have to change. You see there are two kinds of players. We are say Ojam there was a power we den wasa. And you will be a ohia confidence. And some will bring out the best in him. A bit to say by and there. And not sure so he needed confidence because after that save he was never the same again. After the penalty save, one year the same again throughout the game. And no do confidence. Obi on ma the confidence we are say dan makra na onya de a odi nisi bo mu a onya de obohwe a onya de enkoye ne e ka Rafinha asem Rafinha the first season oba Barcelona ne nyoma na oye ne agitumi eze asa akokre nyeye emfa
Sama na okra no mo person
by confidence.
Yeah.
Luka Modric eba Real Madrid the first time confidence or the abeje Ballon d'Or. That is the same thing that happened to Bayende Enra. Now you look at Harry Maguire. I'm saying Marcus Rashford on for book ne pen ne paper. No call Harry Maguire whole training grounds. No international listed point 1.2.3. Harry, chira me kwanya fa so a me kɔ fam a obetimi aboa me to me fo.
E just any PDF man.
PDF man na bia kwa me fa so a metimi asa revive in Manchester United career. This is a player who was the captain of Manchester United. You are ripping off the captaincy armband. Bono edu maybe na onya bi mo. Wakɔkɔ ntɔkwa wɔ Greece. Yet now, as me Manchester United captain to refugee bribe Harry Maguire. And you go say puto national team no ofrim.
Yes, ton.
Yes, ton was it there be West Ham credit scaba. Manchester United see ye Giscano. West Ham funny day. Funny call Harry Maguire see there be metina. This is resilience. Say we nipa o hwe ball pa na the ball pa no ani ball no afa Harry Maguire. And your ma wa fam we amfa anya futu amfa ma ho wa brabo mu a minim de obetimi de aye futu bi because what try say mentally you need to be tough to overcome circumstances bia you find yourself in a difficult so the room. And in the last 2 games you see 2025 muni be ni na no single Manchester United player has been better than Harry Maguire, and in the 3-back system he is a force to reckon with. Away from Manchester United, fancy. Bishop Abubosu in terms of trials in Jumedi Omudi. The identity of Barcelona, they be a better no me catch or say. And you man setting them apart or different from different, and I say from other clubs in Nigeria, La Masia. And the second one there attacking trials. Ope club or my producer attacking trials or mama numbers pana. As Barcelona, Edimuntinti mine. Obi beka say Manchester United no more, but Manchester United started with the typical 4-4-2. Dwight York, any Andy Cole. And Ombenya results the man Manchester United. Chelsea has always been a one-man striker, back to goal, Didier Drogba, near ball. By many kinebema Frank Ribery, any Iron Robin, and no crown or matakes and not a interchange. It told be a mula babebo. Now we are babebo. Now we are babishim. But for consistently. After 1992, because 1992 Champions League, now Barcelona bought 2 top. Sani Lassene Stoichkov. Now, only through about 2006, one of Mobama Julie, Etu, and Ronaldinho. A man, Messi, Ababe Bokakra. Then a few Mobano Muni Fedi out near Benya Henry Eto Lanel Messi. After Henry Eto Lanel Messi, David Villa, Pedro, Anna Messi. After that, Tomabema Messi, Suarez, Neymar. Fancy, there is something common among the Amaboni name. who is Samuel Eto'o na oye a typical number 9 after Samuel Eto'o na Barcelona and you a typical number 9 in that role. Me Suarez me who ni so a typical number 9 or a forward because akwane ball no ball goes no any angles no far balls no. Onye you old out and out traditional striker there be. Me and Mr. Barcelona acquired the traditional striker acquired o mu fe BBM. But Lewandowski na hwe Yamal. Na hwe Rafinha. The more almost so different from MSN ni. And MNS no mo be ka ni na Messi Suarez name and say Messi Suarez name were technically gifted. Yakaso be a technically gifted. Born on betimi aye nneoma bi with born style be on betimi dey born rewura tight spaces and they even created for themselves and they give us a different vibe. But when mo dey no omo a traditional number 9 who is very good a form yen link up play onye your stylish technical striker say Suarez obebo osulia no asa be fa ball no there be. It's all about efficiency and effectiveness.